What's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video about the Infinix Y1 32-inch television. This one is a smart television which comes with Linux operating system, not the Android operating system, and hence the price is on the lower side and it roughly comes around 8,500, and when in sale it comes down to around 7,500, and it is between 7,500 to 8,000. And considering that this currently is also being offered with certain bank discounts as well as exchange offers, the price can further reduce down to around 5 to 6,000. Basically depends on the exchange product that you're giving. So use case scenario over here is that I wanted something which is a big monitor, and number two is that it should not cost more. Considering the size, I was roughly going around like more than 25 to 32 inch, and if you see that price range of monitors, they cost roughly around, this starts at around 15,000 and goes upwards around 26,000. And these monitors, yes, they are primarily like used for gamers and people with multimedia needs, where the latency part of it is not there, and they run at a very high refresh rate, and hence there is no latency or lag. But if you are a person like me who wants to do day-to-day work and also consume entertainment, and in that case, so I told you the price, and now I'm going to tell the features. Can this be used as a monitor? If you check in YouTube, most of the videos they say no, and but they don't clearly articulate as to why it is a no, right? Mostly they keep referring about the refresh rate, second thing about the gaming performance and the lag and all those things. But if you are a regular person like who wants to use just as a mirroring device or a monitor extension for your laptop, then I think this one fits the right, it fits the bill. And there are certain pros as well as certain cons that you have to keep in mind, and again based on your requirement. So coming back to the requirement, my requirement was a big screen. Number two is that it should be a multimedia or an entertainment device as well. So considering this piece, I would say you can use an 32-inch TV, current DNH TV, like a monitor, and they would be again 15% of compromise that you have to bake in, and that is purely on the clarity part of it. But the rest all, it comes in such a nice package that you don't want to get away from this. Like, what do I mean is that, so number one is that the screen, as I said, this is a 32-inch LED panel, and this panel is pretty good if you're watching videos and if you're consuming media. This is a really good panel, and it has also a 20-watt two speakers, so the sound clarity is also really good. There are a lot of unboxing videos which talk about this, especially on the entertainment side, and hence I don't want to stress more on that piece. Here I'm primarily talking about, can this be used as a monitor extension? Yes, you can. Like, for example, this is a typical day for me where I check my emails and work through some Excel PPTs and all those things. And over here you can see that the clarity, let me kind of zoom in, is pretty okay, and I'll also type something. So as you can see, the lag is not much, and for your day-to-day work, like for example documentation of emails or checking any Excels, like for example if you see this Excel, the clarity is pretty good. The second reason is that as soon as you connect to the laptop, right, this one automatically fills the entire frame, and the scale is automatically adjusted to the monitor, so which is good. In most of your other televisions, I think the earlier one, which the Philips that I was using, I had issues where the scale was more than what the size of the laptop was, and I had to kind of minimize the entire applications to fit this the aspect ratio. So here the aspect ratio automatically adjusts to the laptop, and you don't have to do anything about it. The second reason is that, as I said earlier, this comes with a 20-watt speaker, so if you want to go on a call and in meetings, you can certainly have very clear audio. And to this, either you can add a mic to your laptop, and then you can be totally virtual, taking good clarity meetings, video meetings, through this setup. So from an entertainment point of view, this from a voice clarity as well as from a video clarity point of view, this is good. To this, again, you can add a keyboard and a mouse, that is also there, but if you want to add an external webcam, I think probably it might work or might not work. I didn't try it, but what I did was I added the webcam to my laptop, so I get a feed of my image as well. So the third option is that you can quickly move from your laptop setup to an entertainment setup, but just going on the source. You can swap between your laptop as well as your any Android connected set-top box, and then you can start consuming your entertainment. So from that point of view also, this is good. As you can see, the picture clarity is really good, and there are many videos which talk about the clarity, the resolution and all those things, which again, this is more on the entertainment side. So this is also a good thing, that you can quickly switch between your from your office mode to an leisure mode. The other cool thing which I want to show is that not only that this comes with 3 HDMI ports, which is also a nice touch, the third HDMI port also acts like an ARC input, where you can connect an external speaker and have a complete Dolby Digital experience. So that also is a good touch. So most of the televisions in this price range give only 2 HDMI ports, but this one comes with 3, and the third one is an ARC input port, so which is also a nice touch. And then the fourth thing is that you can as well as pair your your smartphone or cast your smartphone by going into settings, and in this you can go to the option which says cast screen. So CC cast. So this one, the good thing is that you can cast your phone, but you can also cast a video through your phone and also cast your laptop. So that is a very nice touch, but unfortunately this doesn't come with Windows. This is only supports Mac OS, so your Apple ecosystems. But for your phone, it also has both iPhone as well as Android, so that is also a good thing. And this cast option works flawlessly in most of your Android set-top boxes or your smart televisions. The casting system is not that seamless. So basically, if you have different brands of phones versus brand of television, the syncing is not seamless. Most of the high-end televisions like LG, Samsung, there you see that the experience of casting is very seamless. But the televisions which are priced lower, you don't get this easy cast option. So hence there's a dedicated casting app where you can pair your phone seamlessly. All you have to do is go and start casting, and then you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network, both your phone as well as the television, to have a seamless casting experience. So through that as well, you can mirror your entire phone and then do mostly what you wanted to do. So that is another good thing. There are different types of movie modes that you can select, and further you can adjust the brightness contrast to suit your requirement for the laptop screen extension. And this is where I think you can fine tune it so that you can make it more user friendly as per your eyesight and as per your need. So I think that is something flexibility that you have, and that gives us another option where you can fine tune it if you feel that it is more bright or less. But again, let me tell you one thing, that this is capped at 60 Hz, so your refresh rate is not as high as how the high-end monitors are. But if you want to live with that, that is fine. And for most of your office work, I think this is maximum, and you won't do anything where you need higher refresh rate until and unless you are into gaming profession or into something where you are into entertainment or media, where you do a lot of editing and all those things. So considering that aspect, I think this one does the duty. And I think there are a couple of other small nifty features. Is that, as I told you, this runs on Linux operating system, and there are certain pre-installed apps. So like what you see over here is Prime, YouTube, Z, Sony, and you can further get more apps. But there are, it's not like Android where you have loads of apps, but there are very limited apps. So these are the apps which are there in the App Store, and you can check it out. That you have some music, sports, and games. And for kids also there are a couple of apps. But if you want, you can just connect a set-top box or into an Android television. So that also is something which is doable because it has 3 HDMI ports like I did. So that also is good. And then coming back to your home screen, you also have an option where you can not only cast, you can also browse through a dedicated browser. So that also is a good thing. So this one is a dedicated browser which is inbuilt in the TV, and you can quickly check anything by connecting a a keyboard and a mouse, and it works. For example, I just click on Google, and if I have a keyboard and a mouse, I can start my search and start doing my basic surfing or checking my emails and all those things. So which is good. I think the feature makes it more of a small monitor which has an inbuilt system. So if you don't have a laptop where you want to browse something and important information that you want to get or do some reservations, you can do it without the help of a laptop. So that also is a good touch. Then finally, I would say it also has a media device. When I say media, this is your pen drives, and this one supports, I think, roughly around like 32 or 64 GB, not more than that. I did try connect my hard disk of 1 TB and it didn't recognize. So the maximum that this one caps out is around 32 or 64 GB, not more than that. So that also is something which is available, which is good. There are a few things which I don't like, and what are those? So the first thing which I don't like is that this doesn't come with Bluetooth, and if you are trying to pair a Bluetooth device to the television set, then it doesn't have Bluetooth. So that's number one. Number two is that if you are connecting your audio in through the audio cable and extending it to a speaker, you can do that, but the sound from the internal speakers from the TV also is will be on apart from the speaker sound. So you get, in a way it is good where you can get a surround sound, but also if you want dedicated audio which is coming out from the speaker, if you basically are trying to put a subwoofer, then it doesn't only channel through that. Probably the cable might also make a difference, but when I tried it, the speaker sound also was coming from the television. So that's number two. Number three is that the stand is not on the heavy side, it is very delicate. That is something which is there, and the screwing system is not that great because you can't easily put it. You have to do you need to have very small of hands to kind of wedge that screw and tighten it. So that is something which is there. So overall, if I have to say, these were the two to three cons, but the benefits that this one offers is far more greater than the cons that is there, and hence I would say for the price range I would certainly rate this as a highly buy. And if you are ready to compromise around 10 to 15% on the clarity, especially while checking at a closer distance, which is around like a feet and a half, then I think in that case I think you should be. But if not, and if you're fine with that 10 to 15%, then this monitor or this television can be used as a laptop extension monitor. You can do your day-to-day works, you can be very productive. The refresh rate of 60 Hz is more than enough to do your day-to-day office work, and also this one comes with an added benefit of having media surround to it, where you can immediately toggle between one source to another source, and you have 3 HDMI options, which is good. So this price range, trust me, you don't have good monitors. You get very basic bare-bone monitors which have only one VGA input, and even the refresh rate for them is around 60 to 75 Hz, but they have something called as view sync. So the refresh rate is slightly higher, but for your day-to-day office work, I don't think you need that much high refresh rate. So having said that, I hope you found this video informative. If you do so, please like and subscribe to my channel, and this is Kevin signing off. See you in the next one. Bye bye.